Hey guys, we are finally going to get around to doing the exhaust on the Statesman here. So I recently swapped it for the last car I had. Done a bunch of things to it to get it nicely running and driving. I even recently just put this new starter motor in it, so I've kind of gone through the whole thing. I'm pretty happy with it. The exhaust that was on it was just next level shit. So I kind of came with this funny idea to try and make it sound less Commodore-ish and more kind of muscle car-ish if we use like a chambered muffler instead of your conventional mufflers you'd run on a Commodore system. So the idea is to run a pair of chambered mufflers. They don't make one really in the right size, but I've got an idea. This is a cheap knockoff muffler. It's kind of very similar design to a Flowmaster type muffler. We have nicknamed it around here the Chinese hooker because, well, it's Chinese and it's a chambered muffler, so you know. Yeah. It's too long for the car. You can't run a 14-inch muffler on these. The idea is, I think if I can cut it back 2 inches, I'll get a 12-inch muffler under it. So I'm going to give that a shot and see what effect it has on the car. So I don't know, let's go have some fun. So here's the plan. This is our well-named Chinese hooker, which is basically a Flowmaster copy. It's for the VR. It is just that little bit too long. These normally run a 10-inch muffler. You can get away with a 12-inch muffler. The 14 is not going to cut it, so I'm going to cut it. I'm going to take 50 millimeters out of this end and shorten this up. This is an open chamber here, and it blows clean through the outside. So I haven't done this before, but I thought it seemed like a pretty fun idea. So we'll give it a go and see how it sounds. So yeah, time of cutting. All right. So here's the cut up idea. Now, by no means should anyone take this as, hey, do this, it's going to make your car sound amazing. This is purely an experimental idea we're playing with. The idea is to give a pretty much stock standard VR 5-litre engine a little bit of like an American muscle tone. I don't know if this is going to work, but we like to have a bit of fun around here. So I've cut this end cap off and we've, like I said, we shortened it by 50 millimeters, which, once that goes back in there, gives us a 12-inch long muffler which fits just really neatly on this particular car. You could have jammed it in there as a 14-inch muffler, but it would have hung down and I would have caught the bloody thing on everything. We didn't want that. So it shortens up this chamber dramatically, as you can sort of see there. It's not going to really have that last chamber in any major capacity, but being a straight through muffler, it's not really going to hinder our flow, so therefore I've decided that is totally cool. It may just alter the sound. So, in the name of fun and experimental things, I shall weld that together, modify another one, let's get them in the car. Look at those mufflers. Cut, shut, and stuck right up there as hard as we could get them. The plan worked. They fit really neatly up in there. Had to hang them differently the way they normally hung. But the idea was to get them shortened up and just really seated as high as possible so you don't have any issues with dragging them on the ground like you do with VR, VS, VC, VY. They drag the exhaust after you lower them. The unfortunate part is it had to come down to the normal height for the cross member and the handbrake cable there, which is a little bit annoying, but that's what that center bearing is, so that is what it is. Then it swoops straight back up and into the headers. Now, this is a bit of a fun experiment exhaust, so I have done the front section press bent. I'd normally manual bend everything, get all funny about it. Stock 5-litre twin 2.5-inch system. We're not going to lose anything with the crush on that part. It is still 409 tube, so it's going to be a nice system anyways. And I wanted to be kind of old school, so I just thought a little bit of crush on the pipe's going to be a little bit more old school, and so is our H pipe right there in the middle. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that's coming along. We're going to run out of time today. It's 4:45, so what we'll do is get this other piece in over here that Anthony's over there bending right now. And I will just make up something here and we'll just diff dump it for the night. I'll get back to this in a day or two. I shall keep you guys updated. There it is, guys, finished product. So we already had extractors on it, which was a big bonus. They're pretty haggard as far as being rusty and whatnot goes, but they're not leaking, so they're cool still. The system's a 409 stainless. We cheated a little bit. I pressed the front section. Being that it's my own car, time frames are a little bit tight, so I've got to just sort of do things where I can. But I'm still happy with it, you know. I think the small amount of press we've got in the front sections is totally fine. It's still quite a long radius, it's not too crushed. From there, we've used a H-pipe to try and keep it old school. So that was the sound I was going for out of this car. And these are the mufflers we cut down to make them fit, which came out really quite good. So we did it all out there. Like I say, we're a bit rushed for time, so it is one piece. Not really my style, but hey man, time is of the essence. I went with a twin hot dog rear. That was a little bit funky. There's not a whole lot of room in the back of these. I actually put it to pressed and profiled these hot dogs down so they're flat on either side, and that worked a treat. I am super happy with the sound. It's totally different. It's got like an old school V8 note by using a chambered muffler, but it deepens it out having those twin hot dogs at the rear. So I'm stoked. I think it came up a treat. All right, guys, this is it. This is the driving test, I suppose you want to call it. Exhaust is all done on the Statesman here. Just take it for a spin. So far, I'm digging it. It's cool. It's kind of what I was going for. It's kind of an older style, you know, V8 sound. So it's pretty cool. The magic of filming, I've just come up behind some traffic. I was just in the spot where I could open it up a little bit. But anyways, we'll open up when I get around the corner here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's making me smile. I think that's kind of the main thing anyway. So I'll give it some gas in a second. We get to hear it. All right, there we go. Here we are. We'll give it some gas now. Oh, I dig it. It's cool. Here we go. I'll slow down just a little bit. Give us a bit of a run up here. Oh, Jerbies.
Lucy.